Saying I wasn't saying.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good.
We were just saying how Yves filled in last week for my good morning, good morning, good morning. So
Good morning.
well.
Yeah. I stole it from you.
I know. I love that. I love that. Being copied should be celebrated, right?
Okay.
And not be all like, oh, he copied me. One should be so delighted that you were copied. You were copied for a reason.
What if they copy your living, like the way you like your product or your services, or what if they copy that?
It means so good.
It's hard though, right? Like to let go of the fact that, oh look, and it doesn't matter if somebody like will copy your recipe, or they'll copy the way you're doing your deck, or the way you like your like the way you dress, or yeah. But I when I come back from a training, like you could tell I speak like, you remember I came back from Robin, I was a Robin eyes. How are they? Charmanize. That's how people call it.
Charmanize.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when I came back from Barrett, I was Baptiste eyes, or whatever you call it.
Yes, you were Baronized.
Yeah.
You were Baronized. Yes.
And last week I was Shelley ties.
Aw, thank you. The being copied, if we celebrate being copied, as opposed to fighting for about the competition, because it's all about us finding our edge next time, right? It's about us finding our edge. So if what we're saying, if we get copied and then what we say is they stole it, it just means that, is that all we got?
But remember not too long ago, like we were getting upset at Dovico for people copying our products. Like, Replicon would copy our features and say, oh my God, look, they got the same thing they're copying us, or they're copying our marketing plan, or our
Christ, we thought there was bugs. We thought there was some kind of alien inhabitant in our office, because they would come out with the exact same thing that our customers were asking for.
Yeah.
Now, since we probably both make timesheet companies, probably both sets of customers were needing the same thing, but we never went there. We never went there once. We always thought we were being infiltrated for some reason, and that is the big conspiracy. And that is actually what goes on in our lives. That's what goes on in our lives, is the big conspiracy theories. And if we just allow things to just be, what if we don't put a whole lot of meaning and significance behind the fact that we were copied? What if two similar companies, their clients were looking for similar things? It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think we get upset because we think it's when you start believing that there's not enough, right, for everybody, that this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And then we're taught that from early on, like mine, what is mine is me. You know what I mean? Like what is mine? Like this is mine, so therefore this is me. But then when I lose this, well, is it me? Because I will lose every single thing that I think is outside of me eventually, right?
Eventually, yeah.
I've been through that, right? And you've been through that too.
Oh, yes.
Losing what is yours, you start to actually find who is me. Yeah. And as a company, it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't matter. People copy you, they'll copy you. And it's just, they probably the best sign that you're doing something. But eventually, like if you keep moving, you become too difficult to copy. Yeah. That's been my experience anyway. Like, it's like, you're too hard to copy, so I'll just stop. Yeah. I'll stop because it's too hard. Right. Yeah.
Or is it that we stop copying because we find our authentic selves, right?
Yeah. So because like, if you're copying me, you'll become me, and pretty soon you're like, as a human or a company, you get bored of that because you want to be yourself. Yeah, you get bored. It's too hard being someone else. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's
like
much too hard.
Right. So eventually I stopped copying Robin Sharma, like speaking like him and saying the same thing he did, because I learned, like, copying is great. Like, it's how we learn as kids. Like, think about it. Like you look at another child walking and you start walking like that person. And then eventually, like, have you ever noticed, like I was, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I was a security, like an undercover security agent for, not agent, but like security, whatever you call them. Like in the store.
Call it a rent-a-cop.
Well, no,
Like
I
a
wasn't.
rent-a-cop? Like,
Well, maybe, but I was in stores. I would keep shop. I would catch shoplifters.
Like burn security.
No, like shoplifters.
Mall cop. You were mall cop.
Undercover security. No, I was undercover. It wasn't like a.
Oh, you didn't have your own Segway and whatnot.
No, there's no Segway. I would just walk around the mall, or it was Sears at that time. That doesn't exist in Moncton anymore. But it was at Sears. I would walk around for 8 hours a day and catch shoplifters. Yeah.
Wow.
I did that for like, I don't know, 7-8 years. Yeah. And
really?
Yeah. And
mind blowing.
I
did not know this about you.
Oh yeah, I would catch like, I don't know, like, the amount of people you catch is unbelievable that are shoplifting. And
the average age of a shopper at Sears, I am going to say 45 plus, and mostly women.
At that time?
All time.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would say, yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Is that correct? So were they women stealing?
Yeah, women, men, young people, young ladies, young men. I wouldn't say that. Was it mostly women? No, I wouldn't categorize as it mostly. I think it was like all walks of life.
Okay.
Like we've caught some very prominent people, like, you wouldn't even affluent people, like, you wouldn't imagine what they do. And oh my God, they're, and it's like, but what I was going to say is like, so everybody learns to walk. Okay. Like we all learn to walk from someone else. That's how we learn to walk. Right. And we mimic other children walking or our parents walking, and we want to walk. We start walking. That's how we learn to walk. But one of the things I learned when I was doing the security guard is I could identify you by your walk. I would just spot you once, and then I could spot you anywhere. And it didn't matter what you wore. Like once I spotted you, I knew you were a shoplifter. Like I could tell. It's just by the way you walked. Huh. Every single human has a distinct walk, and I spot them. Like I can spot you a mile away. Like it's not, I don't look at the face or I just watching the way you walk. I say, okay, I know who you are. And like, I bet you didn't know that.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't. So what does my walk say about me?
Well, I'm not saying that's what I did. Oh. That's something else. I can answer that question. But when you walk into a room, you're in charge of the room. That's what it says. Yeah. And it's not like, look at me. It's like, you're just in charge of the room. Yeah. But it's not what it says about you. It's just like every single person has a certain walk and a certain mannerism. When you think about that, we all have a certain mannerism, right? And it's very like, like a fingerprint. Yeah. And we don't think about that, but we're all guided towards a certain, when you talk about culture in an organization, there's a certain fingerprint in each organization, and it like feels different. That's why, and like, I don't know if you noticed, but like companies have a hard time keeping and getting people to work at their companies now.
I know. Yeah. Yes, I know. I think it's probably my number one conversation that I have with, my friends as leaders. They just aren't unable to keep people.
Yeah. So I would say, like, look at the fingerprint of the organization.
Oh, like, for sure.
It has nothing to do with the product you're selling, because we sell like timesheet software, and now we're selling, how to build teams and how to build leaders. We're selling those products. But for the longest time, we've been on it for 20, is it 29 now? 28 years.
28
and
years.
Like, I always said, like, timesheet software is like selling a garbage can. It's not the sexiest product around from an IT perspective, right? It's not like working for Google or something like that. And so why is it that people stay? Yeah, right. Why is it that people stay? Well, in this like times that we're having, it's because we have this fingerprint, if you want, this way of being, right? And yeah, and it's basically people understand that this way of being is who we are. And it's like and I think I'm going to describe it as a little bit of empowerment. And that's a little bit of, I think people feel a little bit of empowered, right? And it's not that we're like, and when I mean I feel a little bit, is we have a long ways to go to grasp that empowerment word. And not that we're not trying. I'm just saying, I think people feel empowered a little bit. Yeah. And yeah.
Absolutely. No question. That is exactly what we're trying to do, is empower people. But what happens when you anoint them with the empowerment? It's kind of like, oh,
What do you mean?
I thought I wanted the power, but maybe I don't.
Anointment? What does that mean?
You know, you are anointed. You have.
I know you blessed them.
Make a damn decision, would you? I got you.
Yeah, it's
scary for a lot of people. It's scary for a lot of people. And I think what got me is this fingerprint that we're trying to build of empowerment for the people, right? Having them make those decisions is, I realize so many people coming into our office have never had to.
Yeah. So like if you look at, and we work hard at this, Shelley, right? And I was talking to my son about this yesterday. A lot of restaurants are like, they have to close because they don't have people. Like they have no workers, right? Yeah. And why is it? Like, is it because and the solution from New Brunswick, and this is the solution we came up with a couple of years ago, is to have more immigrants come into New Brunswick. And we have a lot of the immigrants that came into Moncton, and we still have that problem. Why do we still have that problem? Well, to me, it's because the leadership is not listening to what people are saying. It's that simple, right?
Bingo.
Right? We're not listening. We're behaving as if we know the solution. We know what you should do and how to treat you and how you should behave and how you should act. Like something as simple as, like, if you look at our values, we're saying you should have integrity, and we'll define what that is as yes. And that's nuts, right? Who am I to say that you have no integrity? Like, who am I?
Or who are you to say these things that are in our lobby, all of these words that are in our lobby, we need you to really embrace those and become those.
Right. Like, we think that's culture, and it's not. That's dictatorship, right? And so I would say the first thing is listening, and the practice of listening. And you've been like doing this now for a little bit over a year, like this as a CEO, but you've been listening for a long time. And is it easy?
No, it's the hardest thing I've ever actually had to do. So it's so much easier to tell people what to do. It's really so much easier, right? It's so much easier to say, here is what I need. Here is this feature set that I need, and I'd like it done by August 30th. If you can do that, you get to stay. If you can't do that, well, this job may be not for you. It's so much easier to do that. Actually, it's you, Yves, who embarked on this journey in 2013 to change the face of what business looked like. Now, you didn't come to me and say, Shelley, I'm going to change the face of what business looks like in 2013, but that's what I heard. That's what I heard, and that's what I rolled with this entire time. I knew it was time for a change. I knew that if we wanted to bring millennials into our home, that we were going to have to do it in a different way. And then once we figured out how to do that, then it was Gen Z. We're going to have to do it in a much more hands-off way. So micromanaging, telling people what to do and how to do it and when their deliverables should be, is so the wrong way, Ideally, I would embrace all teachers to do the same thing. Not all students learn at the exact same pace. So when an essay is put out, right, why not allow the child to write what they would like to write about?
It's hard though.
Ask the child when he thinks he can have it due. See, the thing is without us being accountable for our own date, for our own due date, for our own deadline, for our own subject matter, like, why can't it be that? Why can't, my daughter's a teacher.
Yeah.
And you know what? It can be that. It can be that. What would you like to write about, Johnny? right?
Yeah,
What's passionate for you? Wouldn't it be really cool if after 12 years of school, before university, we understood what that child's passion was? We understood where they are in life, that we could say to them, I think this is your way of being. I think this is your talent. I think this is something you should go into, or they can define it themselves. How many of our 17-year-olds look at us and go, I don't know what I want to do? And we go,
well,
here's
like,
$10,000, go to university, figure it out.
like, if you look at, like, it's time for us as humans, right? Inside our organization and even inside our own lives, to stop chasing happiness. This chase for happiness. If I'm 62 years old, I'm still chasing happiness. Oh my God, right? Like,
Yeah.
when we came online, we were singing the song "Celebrate Good Times." Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean when you think about that? It means that you're here, you're out of your judgment, you're out of your mind, and you're saying that now is a good time for you to discover who you are. And that's the job of a business person, is within the context of where you're going, is to allow people to discover what their talent is, right? And that's harder than it sounds.
Oh, it's nearly impossible. And especially when we get so old, right? So we're working with 40-year-olds that have no idea what their talent is, right?
Yeah.
Now we sit back and we go, oh my God, are they ever good at that? It has nothing to do with the work that they're doing, but they're so good at that. And they don't even realize how good they are at that. That would give them peace. That would give them such bliss in their lives every day. So what we stopped doing, you and I, what we stopped doing a long time ago, is we stopped separating work and home, right? So we really got into there's no difference between work and home. Can we be as, right? Because we're all like, oh, I gotta go to work. Like, oh, I gotta go home, cook dinner, right? So it's always like that in-between thing. Well, we stopped that years ago and we went, oh my God, we're gonna make it all seamless. Work, home, life balance is all the exact same. Now, we went even a step further. Even I doubled down and we went a step further and went, instead of walking into this steel office building with this glass and whatnot, and it being very not us, right? Dovico bought a home.
Yeah, we bought an actual home.
Dovico bought a home, like a home, like with bedrooms and
Yeah, the whole thing.
big kitchen, and it looks like a home. It feels like a home. And when the Doviconians all walked in on Friday, then the bliss happened. Then the miracle happened. Then the enlightenment happened. Then the empowerment happened. Then the Doviconians filled the space with joy. So we just have to one step at a time. We really can't pigeonhole this, if you will. Like we can't make this happen overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight. We don't even really know what we're doing. But the one thing that we're going to do everything in, what we're going to stand for, is love. We're going to stand for love in the meaning of everything we need to do from here on out. So when people get up in the morning, it's not, oh, I got to go to work, or, oh, I got a deadline. It is, I got to go to work. I got a deadline.
So this is so powerful. I'm like, I don't know it's not that we don't know what we're doing. We understand the fundamental of discovery. We know that.
For sure.
We just can't predict what's going to happen, right? In the future, right? Like that. Yeah. So what we did is we allowed people, because we asked our team, do you want to work from home? Like, they've been working from home, and I've been asked this question several times by other business people. Well, how do you make sure they're productive? Well, for me, if I look at them, like, we just got a demo of our latest product on Friday. Like, yeah, they've been working hard. People have and it's like this concept that, oh, I need to control you. So I need to put you in a box so I can control you and see you. And we have to let go of this concept that humans need to be controlled. You know what I mean? Like, for us to be like, to to create something new, to be like, we have to let go of this control that we have. So we decided to cancel our office, which everybody had an office, and buy this home. That doesn't mean that they can't work from home. That means that they can still work from home. They can work for a coffee shop. They can work, right? We have one guy, Will, he's working from Ontario. They can work from wherever they want. But then we have a home that they can come and they can gather and they can work if they want to, but it's their choice. Yeah. And our job as leaders is to create an environment where they can have a choice, but they have to choose. That's what being human means. It's like you can actually have a choice, right? And then you're responsible for your choice. You can't blame me, right? You have to, and you can't blame Shelley. You have to say, okay, I'm responsible for my choices. And that's our job. Our job, and the millennials and the Gen X, they understand this. Like they understand. And the reason people are having a hard time finding, workers and people that work for their company, I think initially it's because we're not treating them as humans. We want to control people.
We're trying to be controlled. Yeah. And people are just not going to have that anymore, right?
No.
I think that we're all standing up for ourselves and we're all saying that the industrial era is over. And
Yeah.
let's choose something else. And that is empowering in itself, right, Yves? It's about choices. So it's not me choosing for you.
Yeah.
Right. So we had a 4-day work week come up a month ago, kind of thing. And there are some people in our office, even though they're empowered, said, well, are you not going, Shelley, are you not going to put stuff in place so all of us can work 4 days?
Yeah.
To which I responded, no. No, because
No.
you might not be able to work 4 days. I am entrusting in you to tell me the truth.
Yeah, and I
tell yourself the truth.
I talked to a few of our Doviconians, and like they're journaling about it's amazing. They're actually coming and saying, I don't know if I'm more productive or less productive, and I don't know but I'm trying it out and see. And they're fully responsible for the environment that we're creating. And this is the era we're living in today.
Yeah.
We're living in the era of today. And in every relationship you have, right? Your daughter's getting married pretty soon. That relationship of marriage now is changing. It's not a marriage made in heaven. that doesn't exist, right? It's
That's
made
right.
here. And it's a fully responsible for your own life inside the relationship that you have.
Yes.
And this is the awakening that's happening. And
this is the awakening that's happening. And I'll tell you, I want to go back for a moment. So those friends that are coming to me, which are farther and fewer between, and saying, how do you know if your people are being your people? How do you know that people are being productive, right?
Shelley.
Right. Well, that's what they say. How do you know that the people are being productive?
Your people.
My people, right? And
I don't have people.
I throw it right back on them. That is, for me, that is 100% deflection. You are not feeling productive. Therefore, you're saying, how could anybody else? Right. So that's, I don't throw it back. I said, are you asking me? Or are you telling me that you're not being productive? Because that comes from someplace, right? Our thoughts are usually so misjudged that we have to let a lot of that go. So our belief is that you as a leader have to be controlling of other people to make it all work. What we're telling you is you are really screwing it up.
Yeah. And
that's what we're actually telling you. And we very rarely tell you anything. We want you to discover for yourself. But right here,
you're making a mess of your company and yourself.
You're so screwing it up. I would implore you to say so many less words. Yeah. I would ask that you listen before you ever speak, because they'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah. And we're not listening. And we are not listening. We as humans, we have a terrible time listening. And because all the solutions are right there in front of us. There's so many people that are looking for great places to work in New Brunswick and around the world. There are so many people. Yeah. And there are so many solutions out there. But we have to be listening for, okay, what's wrong? If nobody's coming, then what's wrong? If you have to pay bonuses for people to come to work, what's wrong? Yeah. And that's like we're not listening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not listening. So good.
Yeah, so good. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this conversation. You know, keeping it real, making sure that your company can get through this new way of being, because you are in the moment, the best moment to change your philosophy, to change your methodology. And Dovico is here to help you. We have actually built a piece of software. It's called Show Up, and actually gets you to show up. Not only you, but each and every one of your employees to show up. Remember, you hired people. You hired people that know better than you. You hired people for those specific positions. Allow them to do that. Allow them to be the best version of themselves. Allow them to do what you hired them to do. But we can help you here at Dovico. We can help you, and we can help you in such a subtle way. So reach out to either Yves, myself, Estelle, any one of us actually at Dovico, and we can hook you up. It is, it's free to start.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it doesn't matter whether it's, it's free. Like price at this point really is not even part of the conversation. I need to hear that you want to be better. I need to hear that you want to allow your team to flourish. And I want to hear that you want to change.
Yeah, because like I am interested in any conversation that starts with, I don't think I'm hearing the right thing, or I don't think I'm listening. And any conversation about that, like that's the movement I want to be part of, because that's when it starts.
Yeah.
When we start saying, oh, hold on now, it's not they, like they are trying to do this, or they are like this construct, the they is a construct of our imagination, and we're delusional. It's like we are constructing this they instead of saying, no, I am not listening. I am not there. And as soon as we start to look at the I and the attachment that we have about like being, whatever, the CEO or the whatever it is, right? Like we have all these construction, and these are all external things that don't matter. And that's part of the reason we're not listening. Yeah. We're not listening because we're stuck in our stories. It's as simple as that. But it's a practice. And if you want to start practicing and you want to be part of a conversation where you listen and you grow, and you grow your organization and you grow your relationship, join us, because we're interested in that conversation. And we have we build tools and processes and coaching to help you do that. Yeah.
Yes, we have. And Yves and I, and we have a team of people that are here to help you out, because this is a beautiful challenge to take on. But if you want to make your company blissful, if you want to start happiness now, then reach out to us. We're here for you. I'm Shelley Butler.
I'm Yves Doucet.
And this is Mindset Monday. Can't wait to see you next Monday. Can't wait to hear from you, because I want to tell you all about Show Up. Mwah! Love you.
Hey guys.
Have a good day.